Welcome back to Games Through the Decades, a podcast where we talk about games and their impact on culture. I'm Nathan.
I'm Cohen.
I'm Keenan.
In today's episode, or our last episode, I should say, we are going to be talking about how games affected our society, the economy, how it impacted our social lives, mental health, representation.
All right, let's do this.
Video games have driven technological advancements by pushing for powerful hardware, realistic graphics, and innovations like VR, AR, and motion controls. Game-related AI and algorithms are now applied in healthcare, engineering, and data analysis.
As gaming started to become more and more popular, it really started to push the boundaries of technology. With each console generation release, people started expecting better graphics, better CPUs, more storage, better everything. And that started to push into other forms of mediums that involved other sorts of technologies to also start to advance more with each release.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think that
I'm trying to keep it short.
Yeah, that definitely helps sum up the situation. And the video games definitely helped the early internet really find niches. Like it helped create forums. It helped create early websites. A lot of early websites were definitely made to help with gaming. Gaming, like it started as it had a small market space in the 70s because of arcades, which grew until the video game crash of 1983.
As in 1983, the video game market spiraled into a crash. This was due to heavy saturation, poor quality, and a shift to PCs. Many companies would close entirely.
Which, wiped out the gaming industry and nearly killed it. It recovered, and because of Nintendo's efforts, because of a few other things that all just formulated together to really change the face of consumer economics, because it created jobs. Its effect on the economy is immeasurable. It is one of the biggest moneymakers. All right, so let's move on to the meat of this one. How gaming impacted social life.
So I think it first started out with the implementation of split-screen co-op.
Basically early multiplayer. Right?
Yeah, early multiplayer. And then after that, the implementation of online multiplayer, which at first was LAN servers where you'd play over a wired connection.
It's like local access network?
Yes, yeah.
But,
and then that devolved into a wireless internet multiplayer, which is what we have today.
Yeah, because online multiplayer games have literally revolutionized social interaction because it provided people with a platform from all walks of life to connect with one another.
Before, you would go outside and play with your friends all day or play board games with your family. But when you had a friend come over now, you didn't just have to go outside. You could stay in your own room and both take turns with Super Mario Brothers, because you could just hand the controller over, and it created a new way to hang out. As things evolved, we got handheld consoles, and you could either play parallel or you could take turns handing it off to each other. It gave a new thing for kids to talk about. Like my parents, they grew up playing video games, and we're really transitioning from being able to socialize outside or with board games or card games to what's your favorite video game?
I want to say this, as this started happening, word of mouth started to evolve into online forums.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Platforms like Reddit or in Discord really allowed players to connect, discuss games, and share their experiences.
Well, there's even then before that, in the 90s, when the internet first started, entire websites, like I mentioned earlier, were built just for forums. I can't describe it. It has just been such a profound effect on the psyche of all Americans, but it's also been a bit divisive to a degree because it's created these echo chamber communities.
Yeah, these communities are a great source of support and friendship. They also provide players with, like you said, with feedback to developers.
It's create entire social medias like Discord.
Yeah.
We use that to communicate.
Yeah.
Discord was created as a gaming thing. Social media, I mentioned Discord as social media, but YouTube, it really got kickstarted, or it really got launched with Let's Plays in video
Yeah.
gaming. Like, you can't deny the other parts of it, but
That's pretty
it's
much
a
like-
large portion of YouTube. I mean, that's why I started using it. Cohen, how has gaming affected you?
Gaming has really affected me in what hobbies I really started to like. One of my first ever video games I played was Mario Kart Wii, and that started to get me more into being a car guy. And I feel like a lot of that devolved from the types of video games that I played really early on.
Nathan, how's gaming affected you?
Well, it depends. Like Cohen said, hobbies. It's affected me with joining many fandoms. It's affected my art, my art taste, my music taste. I've gotten into animations and all that. Connectivity, like YouTube and Twitch, it really brought me into that.
What about you?
Okay. Well, like everyone said, it's affected my hobbies, but it's affected what I watch on YouTube. I mean,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
and because of gaming leading me to 3D animation, I've also found that I really like film. Because this degree has helped me find that I like to make film.
Yeah.
And I still want to do game design because I still like creating. It's helped me become more creative.
Yeah, I would
That's what I
like to do
feel.
both as well. So
Yeah.
it was kind of nice.
So this has been Games of the Decades. As a podcast in general, I guess. We've really enjoyed making it personally. I can say that at least for myself. I believe these other two
I
have.
believe so too.
I
Yeah.
liked it.
But we've come to an end. We've talked about almost everything we wanted to talk about. We've had to cut a few episodes. We had to combine a few episodes, but
Yeah.
Games of the Decades has covered what it set out to cover. And I think that is a great thing. I've been Keenan,
I was Cohen.
I'm Nathan, and always will be.
and we've been,
Games through the decades.
This is Game Through Decades.
and this has been Games Through the Decade. And this has been
And this has been
And this has been
Games Through the Decades.
Anything else? Should we just go to the
I think we should
outro?
just wrap it up.
Okay.
We got to come up with a unique outro, apparently.
We could.
I'll just use CGI and blow us all up. I don't know.